Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, and this is our small group. Um, let's go ahead and get started. So I want to start off by just saying hi, and I love you all, and I'm so proud of all the hard work you're doing. And we're going to be using most of the things in our learning kit. So I'm going to tell you what you're going to need, and you can either go get it, or you can pause me when we do it and get it then, or after this meeting, go ahead to get your learning kit and get these things out. So these are the things that we're going to be needing. You're going to need your W sheet because we're going to practice our W because that's our letter of the week. If you can go and get either this exact counting thing out or just one of your counting community helper counting things with these that they're called clothespins. Mine are yellow. And then we're going to do a little bit of tracing. And we're also going to do a little bit of finding the letters, and you're going to need your stickers too. Okay, so let's get started with our letter W. And here's our letter W. I love the letter W because I think it's funny that I can make it with my fingers. Can you make a W with your 3 fingers? Look, it looks just like it. And if I flip it like this, it makes another letter, M. See, M. W. Now it's a very interesting letter. It doesn't, in the beginning, when we say W, we have the D sound, but W doesn't make that sound. It makes a really fun noise. It goes, woo, woo, woo. Can you make it? Woo. And some words that come out of my mouth when I go woof, like the animal, the wolf, or like a dog barking, woof, 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 woof. We can say woohoo. Woohoo would start with W. And then these things like a wagon, watermelon. And you can see that W in the very beginning part. That's the word watermelon, and it begins with a W. And that's the word wagon, and it begins with a W. See it right there? Wagon, wagon, W. Okay, so if you joined us this morning on morning meeting, we were writing our W. And we talked about how there are no curvy letters. There's only straight letters, but sometimes when we slant our letter or when we slant our line, we call that diagonal. So let's count how many lines, how many diagonal lines are in our W today. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 lines. So we're going to make 4 slanty lines. And we were talking this morning about where do we start our letters? At the top. Oh, where do we start our letters? At the top. And then we say, if you want to start a letter, then you better start your letters at the top. Is this the top, top, top? No, it's the bottom. Is this the top, top, top? No, it's the middle. Is this the top, top, top? Yes, it's the top, top, top. Where do we start our letters? At the top. So I'm going to share with you my screen, and go ahead, and if you have this worksheet, you can go ahead and get that out. And again, we're just going to very quickly practice writing our W's. If you still have this protective sheet, I like using it because I can wipe it off and do my W's over and over and over again. But if you don't, that's okay. You can just use a regular pencil to do it. And so we can write over top of some of these first. So where do we start our letter? At the top. And then we know it has 4 diagonal lines, right? So we start at the top and we go down, up, and then we stop. And the lowercase w, or the little w, it's just shorter. We still start at the top, but it starts at the middle compared to the uppercase W. That way we know it's a little different, but the lines are the same. Down, up, and then we stop. And so I'm going to make my own over here, and you can do the same. So down, up, and then I stop. And same with the lowercase w. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to still start at the top of the letter, but it's going to be in the middle of the line. down, up, down, up. And I can practice over and over again with my W until I get it looking how I want it to. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing there, and we're going to move on to our rhyme. Now, the reason why we do a rhyme every week is because we want to start listening for those ending sounds that sound the same. And our rhyme this week was Wee, Willie, Winkle. Remember? And we talked this morning about how there are 4 words that rhyme in here, 2 pairs, and we said town, gown, those rhyme. Can you hear that? Own, own. They both ended with that own sound. And then we also said lock and clock. Listen for that N sound. Lock, clock. They both had that k sound at the end. And so I just want to do that with you. I love this rhyme. And I have my little wee, remember, because he's little. Look how little he is compared to me. Wee, and his name is Willie Winkie. So Wee Willie Winkie. And then he runs, so you can use your fingers, runs through the town, and he goes upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown. And then it says rapping at the windows. That means knocking. Can you knock? Rapping at the windows, peeking through the locks. Are the children fast asleep? Because it's 8 o'clock. And you can pretend you have a watch on. Miss Michelle has a watch on. So I'm going to say that one more time, and you can do the motions with me, and you can use your fingers like this is Wee Willie Winkie. Okay? Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the windows, looking through the locks. Are the children fast asleep? Because it's 8 o'clock. And you can practice that at home later today. And I chose that because his name begins with the letter that we're working on this week. Do you see those 3 W's? Wee, Willie, Winkle. And he has 3 W's in his name. I think that's really fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to move on to our counting. It's so important. Numbers are so important. So if you have one of these sheets that I had sent in your learning kit, go ahead and you can get that out, and your three clothespins. So let's go ahead and let's look at just one of them. So I have these medicine bags here that doctors can carry around with them. And let's go ahead and just count how many medicine bags do we have here. Remember, we always start with 1. Oh, don't mind, Miss Michelle must have got a paper cut. Okay, here we go. We're going to place our finger on this one and then this one and count. 1, 2. That's it. I have 2. Do you know which one of these numbers says 2? If you don't, you can ask a grown-up and they can help you. And I know that this is the number 2. So I'm going to pinch my clothespin and cover that number 2. So we have 1, 2 medicine bags. Let's go down here. These are sticks, but sometimes doctors can use them, tongue depressors, to kind of hold your tongue down so they can see you have a hangy ball in the back of your throat called your tonsils. And so doctors can use these to kind of see your throat. So let's count how many of these tongue depressors or these sticks that we have. Okay, count with me. We always start at 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't have any less than 4 or more than 4. So which of these numbers is the number 4? If you don't know, ask a grown-up. But this one right here is a 4. So I'm going to pinch my clothespin, works out those muscles. I'm going to cover my number 4. And I know you are too. Okay, we have one more we're going to do today. So let's look right here. And these are stethoscopes, and they listen to your heartbeat. Doctors listen to your heartbeat to make sure it's beating right. So let's go ahead and count them. And we always start at 1. And we're just going to touch each one and say a number. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I heard you say 3. So which one of these is number 3? I see it. It's right at the bottom. So I'm going to pinch my clothespin and I'm going to cover up my number 3. So that's what you do with these. And you can do the back side too. Look how many of these things there are. So today, if you have time, go ahead and do as many as you want. And maybe you might need your grown-up to help you with the numbers, or maybe you can do them all by yourself. I'm going to kiss my brain because I worked hard there. Did you? I know you did. Okay, friends, I'm going to share 2 more things we're going to do quickly. If you have this or one of these, go ahead and grab it now, or you can do it after this video. So as you can see, I see a veterinarian, and a veterinarian is an animal doctor, and I can tell because they have, I think it's a little kitty. Yeah, I think it's a kitty, and I can see that stethoscope. And so what you do here is you look at what letter is in the middle. So let's do this one, letter B. Actually, let me see, do I have a W? I don't. Okay, let's just do the letter B. And so what I'm going to do here, let me just share my screen with you so it's easier to see. So here's the letter B one. Oh, Michelle's going to bring this down even more. And there's lots of letters going around the veterinarian in this B. And so I need to only find those letters. That's the capital B and that's the lowercase b. And you can use, if you want to, you can use a marker or a pencil and you can circle all the capital and lowercase b. So I'm going to start here. That is not a B, so I wouldn't circle that. There's the lowercase b. So I could circle it with a pencil or a marker, or Miss Michelle put stickers in your thing. I could place a sticker over it. Only these letters right here in the middle. So is that a B? It is. It's a uppercase B. So let's see. I'm going to keep looking for these letters B. Is that a B? It is. So I can put another sticker over top of that. Okay, is this the letter B? No, that doesn't look like those. That's the letter T. So I'm not going to put a sticker there. Okay, keep going. Oh, I found another B. No, that's the letter M. There's another B. How about this one? No, that's the letter J, like in Jack and James's name. There's a B. That's a capital B. That's a capital B. No, that's the letter C. How about this one? Yep, capital B. No, that's an R. And how about that one? Yep, that's a capital B. So I have covered all my capital B's and I've left the other letters without anything on them. And now I can do a different one. So like this one, I would be looking for the D's, C's, A's. So you got to look right in the middle and try to find that letter around and do your stickers. If you run out of stickers, you can always use your favorite color marker or something. So sometime today, go ahead and work on that sheet. And finally, you guys have been listening so much to me. I'm going to go ahead and do this this sheet. So this sheet's really fun. If you have your page protector, you can go ahead and you can put it in there. That way you can write your lines many times. You can also just use your finger if you don't have anything to write with and kind of trace over those lines. But if you have a pencil or a marker or a dry erase marker that you want to use, now would be the time to get those out. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right down the page until my hand hurts. So I want to hold my marker or my pencil pretty close to the end, and I want to hold it correctly. Remember, we pinch and then we put this other finger underneath to support it. And I'm gonna go, if I go really fast, watch what happens. Oh, wow, I didn't stay on the line at all there. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that. And I want to really be careful. So I got to go slow and steady. So I'm going to go, I see that these are little curve lines. And I'm just going to go slowly until the police reaches his police car. Excellent. Now I see this is a straight line. And so I see this doctor is going to get to the hospital. So I'm going to go nice and slow, because if I go too fast, I'm not going to stay on that line. And I don't want to press too hard or my hand will hurt. And let's do one more. The firefighter needs to get to his fire truck. And this is that curve line that's going to help us write curvy letters or draw curvy shapes. So I am going to go slowly and try to stay on that line. Excellent. And I'm going to keep finishing that page, but you're going to keep finishing that page, and I'm going to finish mine later too. Excellent. So I hope you work on that today. And then the final thing that I really want to talk about today is our names. So you can do two things today with your name. You can either practice with a grown-up telling them your first, middle, and last name. Remember, we all have a first name, which is the name that we say when someone asks us, what's your name? So I would say Michelle, because my first name is Michelle. If someone asked me what my last name is, I would tell them Shetler. You guys don't call me that, but my last name is Shetler. And in between Michelle and Shetler is a middle name, and that name for me is Lee. So my name is Michelle Lee Shetler. Do you know all of your name and which one is which? That's something I'd love for you to practice with your grown-up today. So I'll use Zoe as an example. Zoe is in our class. This is Zoe. And Zoe's first name is Zoe, and her last name is Brown. So she would have to tell me that her first name is Zoe and her last name is Brown. I wish I knew her middle name. I'm sorry, I'll have to look up someone's middle name later. Excellent. So that's the one thing you can practice. If you already know that, I really want everybody to be practicing how to write some or all the letters in your name. And so some of us are only 3 and we're just learning. So my 3-year-olds, if you're not ready to write all of your name by yourself, I just want you to practice over top of the letters that I already had written up here for you. So for example, if your name is Maddie, I just want you to practice starting at the top and tracing down those letters. Okay, so if you're 3, go ahead and I want you to trace over as many times as you can the letters of your name, remembering to always start at the top, because we always start our letters at the top, and trying to very carefully trace over the letters of our name and then say what those are. M-A-D-Y. So this is my daughter's name, Maddie. If you can already do that, I want to see you trying, maybe right even underneath it, to write the letters of your name by yourself. So if I already traced over top of it, now I'm going to try to write this M by myself. So straight line down and jump to the top, down, up, down, and then I stop. Now I'm going to try to write this A. I know I start at the top, and I'm going to do those 2 diagonal letters, and I'm going to keep going. And if I struggle, that's okay. The more we practice, the better we'll become at our names. So that's what I also want you to practice today, is writing over top the letters of your name, or practice writing them. I know one of us who, one of our students can already write their first name and are working on their last name, so you can do that as well. I'm so proud of you all. Thank you guys for watching this, and let's go ahead and get our goodbye hands up and continue to practice this after this video so that that your brains get so big and strong. Okay, let's do our goodbye song. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. And then just like at morning meeting, we give everybody big heart hands because I love you so much. And I can't wait to see your hard work when your grown-up sends me your work today. Have fun.